What's up, everybody? It's October 18th, 2018. I'm chilling in my apartment before I dip out of here. But I just want to talk about something that was brought up in a AA meeting the other day, and just like how like I need to like put all these pieces in the right place and just lay them out perfectly and just execute them so well so like everybody knows that I'm perfect. And I struggle with that a lot. Someone else had said that, but I struggle with that a lot. And it would give me anxiety. I would feel so lost, like I wouldn't know what I should or shouldn't be doing. And I would get very negative, and I would just it would just be a complete like cluster of ideas and thoughts and actions, and I didn't know what to do. The other day I watched this TED talk about like how to achieve any goal that you wanted. It was really great, and it talks about just like executing like these small little pieces of whatever it is you're doing for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and just being like, I'm gonna do this for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna go do that for 10 minutes, and then maybe I'll go do this over here, and not being like, oh my gosh, I have to do this one thing until it's perfectly complete. Because a lot of times it's not realistic. I don't think anything would have happened. I don't think a lot of things would have come to completion if that was the thinking. Because then it would be like, well, I can't eat and I can't sleep and I can't see people because I have to, build this building or whatever. Like there's other aspects of life that are just as important as your goals. Like for me, like friends and family and interacting with other people and like art and tattooing, like those are also very important things in my life. Like this is also an important thing in my life. And just balancing and delegating the time between like what is of value to you and where you want to be spending your time. Because that's what life is, right? It's just like figuring out what I value and where I want to spend my time. And through that process, just to not get pessimistic or negative and being like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Because there's trials and struggles and obstacles that everybody has to face. Like, you can pick anybody throughout history. I personally like Albert Einstein. I meant to say Thomas Edison. I like Thomas Edison because he tried to build the light bulb 160, 70 times, and it just kept failing. And he just kept finding out ways not to do it. And I think for me, like that's what I've done in my life. Like I've tried to be a massage therapist, a bartender, a barber, a journalist, a chef, like all of these things. And even though I didn't see them to completion, or I failed at bringing them to where I wanted them to get me, I think it was one of the most beneficial things in my life, figuring out that I didn't want to be a chef or a barber or a bartender or any of those things. Because when I figured out that I didn't want to do those things, it allowed opportunity to happen in my life. It allowed me to have this new outlook on what was possible or what I may be wanting to do. And it was just through like interacting with them, whether it was for a day, a week, a month, just being like, I'm going to try this for X amount of time. And I think it's the same when I'm like let's say I want to read this book. Like it's so important for me to read this book. It's like, well, let me read a chapter and then go do something else and come back to it. Because if it's of real value to me, I'll always come back to it. Excuse me. It's like being open to like other avenues in your life being a path. And not being so hard on yourself, and just kind of being like, okay, like I'm just gonna do this today. Like I'm just gonna eat some ice cream today. I'm gonna break my diet today. And if diet's really important to me, like I'm gonna get back on it. You know, and just really like seriously like taking it easy. Because for me, like I like to put all these projects and ideas on these pedestals and being like, yo, like I have to do this or I have to do that. It's like, yeah, I kind of get to. Like I get to because like I like have a job that allows me to buy art supplies, or I'm sober so I get to show up for friends and family. Like I get to do these things today. So just the fact that I'm a part of it is a beautiful blessing already, and I don't need to like uphold it to this place in my ego where it's like this has to be perfect. So I just wanted to talk about that. I think when I do that, it gives me a lot more peace of mind, and it really like subsides my anxiety. And I encourage you guys to do that. Like go find something else, like, or just like don't take it so seriously. Like find out what you love and leave the rest, because what you love is always what you're gonna go back to. So find out what that is. I'm just so grateful. Drop me a comment. Like, yeah. Just thank you guys, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Later.